So I went to go see Monsters University. It's the prequel to the 2001 Pixar feature film, Monsters Incorporated, and surprisingly enough, they went back and revisited the stuff after about 12 years. Who'd have thought, right? Yeah, I know there was quite a bit of time in between Toy Story 2 and 3 as well, but at least there had already been a sequel, so it wasn't quite so much of a surprise to see them dig back into the past and do another movie in the franchise. But at least it turned out well in this case, unlike with Cars 2. Yeah. Now, as you may or may not know, most Pixar films start out with a short. This movie's no exception. It starts out with a short called The Blue Umbrella, and it's really very cute, cute little short piece. It takes place in sort of a little city during the rain, and most of the sort of city things, they play with that whole notion where, you know, sometimes you can look at some windows and you see a face, you know, eyes and a mouth, or you see them in little drain pipes and things like that. It plays a lot with that, so the city is sort of alive unbeknownst to people, and the whole general thing is a nice blue umbrella sort of gets enamored with a red umbrella and flies out of his owner's hands and tries to make his way across to the red umbrella. And it's a very cute little piece. Short, about 6 minutes. You should like it. It's very nicely done. And they actually did some really cool things with animation, so it's photorealistic almost in parts. Now, as far as Monsters University goes, on the surface, it's a very seen it before kind of story. It's a cross between the sort of underdog story and almost a buddy cop-ish kind of vibe. You know, you have the Mike, played by Billy Crystal. Again, you know, as a little kid, he goes to the scare floor at Monsters Incorporated, and he gets enamored, and he decides that's what I'm going to be when I grow up. And finally, next time we see him, he's just starting college, and he's in the scare program, and you know, things sort of, you know, he's going to study hard and make it, but he and Sully, again played by John Goodman, get into a big fight and sort of get on the bad side of the dean, who's played by Helen Mirren, and yeah, they get kicked out of the program. But wait, you know, they make a deal. There's a scare competition, and if they manage to win, they make a bet with her that they're going to make it, you know, get accepted back into the scare program. If only they can turn the Misfits fraternity, if they can turn that around and lead them to you know, beat everyone else in the scare competition. You know, so Mike has to team up with Sully, and yeah, you know, so it seems like that sort of buddy cop, they don't quite get along, but they're gonna have to learn teamwork, and you know, they're really gonna have to turn the bunch of misfits around and really, you know, show how they can, you know, the underdogs can win in the end. But it does a really neat job of subverting that whole trope at the end. It's very nicely done. It wasn't what I was expecting at all. But even if it had followed what I was expecting, it was a fun movie. You know, the visuals, I mean, it's Pixar. The visuals are very nice. It's very pretty. It looks good. The writing was spot on. Things were funny. Things were believably written. Nothing sounded forced or unnatural. Billy Crystal and John Goodman do a great job as voice actors in this film. And actually, they brought back in also Steve Buscemi, who played Randall, the bad guy from the first movie. He's in it as well. He's Mike's college roommate, actually. Yeah, all in all, it's fun. You know, go see it. Even if you don't have kids, you should probably enjoy it. I mean, it's a solid, entertaining, well done story that sort of breaks a lot of the really expected tropes at the end. Focuses heavily on the idea of preservance and teamwork and things like that, as you kind of expect a lot of kids' movies to. But there's nothing to not recommend about this movie, unless of course you're just in it for an action flick, in which case obviously not the case. But fun visual puns, good jokes. They do a lot of. I'm not sure why exactly, but they went on this whole sort of rhyming kick at the beginning of the film for some reason. yeah, no, it was witty and cute and fun. Good movie. So, see you next time, folks.